Hello, everybody. Hey, it's Ken Faulkner, and I'm coming to you with another knife video. I just picked up an Ameight knife. First one I've tried. I've seen so many reviews, so many people showing them. They really come out excellent on the Migron and Ameight. And I guess if you don't know, Ameight and Migron are kind of the same company. If you go to the website for Migron, they got the Ameight knives there. It's a little mystery to me. I always thought that the Ameight knives were like the more budget. And then as I'm actually looking through their website, I'm seeing that the Ameights actually tend to be the higher price. However, there is Migrons that are high price as well. So they kind of bounce back and forth. There are quite a few of the Migrons that are in that budget range. Not so much with the Ameights that I've seen. So I don't know. I don't know what makes them decide which company to call which knife. This was a pretty cool one, as the first one from their company. I chose this one. It's got good materials and good price. So it was somewhere around 160. Actually, on the website right now, it's at like 159, and I think that's 20% off of 199. So I actually got this one on Amazon, and it was the 159. So same price there. It's got, like I said, good materials. And let's take a look at the knife real quick. And if we get a good focus on it, we'll get some, see some milling there on the titanium handles, frame lock. And the blade steel, it's funny because on Amazon, I guess you really can't trust what they say, or maybe this is older models were M390, but this one, well, it says it right here, but it's not really focusing too well, is S90V. Not going to focus for me. Nope. S90V. Now, that's a very popular steel lately. You see a lot of knives with that steel. It's got excellent edge retention. Supposedly maybe better than M390 on that by a certain percentage. Like, I just saw Metal Complex talking about it. I think he said it was like 25% better edge retention on S90V. Not quite as stainless as M390, but it's a good steel, and it's definitely been a go-to for a lot of companies. So we got the frame lock. We got our relieving right here to allow for the movement of the bar. Frame lock. And this thing is just crazy great on the fidget. If I had to say one thing that I do like about this is that I can really just kind of have a lot of fun with this front flipper. I'm not the best, but this jimping that's on the front flipper is super grabby, and it does come up high, so it kind of gives you a better leverage. So you can do it with the thumb, you can do it with the index finger. We also got this thing that looks kind of like a long pull that you would see on a traditional, like a slip joint, but or you can call it a fuller. But you can get your finger in there and you can flick it out. So we got that option as well. When I first got it out of the box, it took a little while to get it worked in, get the action going. I've had this one for about a week, and yeah, I was a little frustrated about that that little fuller being difficult to get the flick going, but now it's pretty good. I mean, I'll miss it once in a while, but really it's not very often at all. So yeah, a very cool knife, decent size for me. I like something in the 3 1/4, 3 1/2 inch blade range. So close, we're talking about looks like 4 3/8. Open, we got the overall coming in at just under 8, so we're talking about 7 and 7/8. And the blade length for the blade is 3.5. Cutting edge closer to maybe 3 3/16 for the cutting edge, because we have this little choil area which you can get in there. It's not like the full size, so you're going to kind of trigger pull it against this little part of the scale, but it's doable to choke up. It works, but it's a full size for when you're in the back position, the choke back position, and you can get, it has no jimping up here, but that's okay. It feels like it's got good grip, and with the milling on the handle, it gives you something to grab onto. It does have this carbon fiber inlay. It's kind of small. Kind of reminds me of like a, I think it's Ray Laconico that tends to have that little groove in their handles. Kind of has that kind of feel. Obviously, it's a little art. Anyway, it's a pretty cool knife. I think we're looking at T6 body screws, T8 here, and it is weight relieved, even though it is quite thin. So if you look in here, you got weight relief in there. And I would say that it doesn't really need that, but I know a lot of people do like light knives. You know, this is not actually the lightest, and you know, I haven't ever done the scale, but I had to dig out my girlfriend's food scale right here because I really wanted to see what this thing weighed. And so let's turn that guy on. Actually, I had to put it in a fresh battery, and I put it on here earlier, and I was kind of surprised. 3.9 ounces. I thought it was lighter than that. So what I did is I got some other knives for comparison. Some smaller knives, because I consider this very thin profile. When I got it in the pocket, it doesn't stick out much. Now, a lot of people like that. It's probably thinner than I would optimally look for, but I'm still good with it. I got some smaller knives that I would tend to take or have as a backup knife. This is the Fair and Forge Stinger. Let's see what that thing weighs. So here we go, 2.6. So that's significantly lighter. It does have a smaller blade length, I believe, if you look at them next to each other. So it is a little bit shorter, and the handles are a little bit shorter. So overall length is going to be a little smaller, but this one is actually thinner, although not that much thinner. It's only a little bit thinner. Other ones that I've just dug a few out. This is one I bought a long time ago, back when I was kind of new to the knives. It's CRKT. Not my go-to anymore. I got some CRKTs that I like, but this one's got the metal handle, so I kind of wanted to see what that weighed compared. So even that's 2.8 ounces. So you're still talking about a lighter blade, and obviously this one is a bit smaller. The next one for weight comparison is the Hogue Deca in MagnaCut. I got all excited. I got the scale out. You know, I'm like a real knife reviewer. 2.1 ounces. So here we go. That's very light. Now this one's got the polymer handle, so that's part of it. You're not talking about metal handles with this knife. So, and as far as size is concerned, again, we're talking in that smaller range. I do have one here that's closer to it. Now, one that's always brought out for when you talk about weight is the Bug Out, and this one is 2.2, so that's very, very light, and about the same as those other three that I came out for comparison. But I did find one that has a titanium scale. It had the inlay in it, so it's more similar, and size-wise, I think that this Andromeda from Arts and Cutlery is definitely a closer size comparison. So let's see what this one weighs. 3.2. So this one from Ameight is actually the heaviest of them all. Kind of surprised me. So, you know, I guess maybe as I weigh more knives, I might get better at judging that stuff. One thing that I like is the color. And other people I've shown this knife to, they say, oh, that's cool how it just kind of has the same color on the blade and the handle. And in one of the reviews on Amazon, that's one of the things they said. It does look cool. I mean, I think that this blade may be a bead blast, which isn't always good if you're worried about corrosion. S90V is stainless. We'll see how this goes over time. Hopefully we won't have any corrosion problems. So yeah, hopefully that's not a problem. Some of the edges are maybe a little bit sharp. A knife with these kind of materials being 160, I'm not expecting it to be the highest of fit and finish, but it does feel a little bit sharp, and I think that has to do with the fact that they made it so thin. There's some edges here that I don't really feel while holding the knife, but they're kind of sharp if I stick my thumb in there. But when I'm using the knife, I haven't really felt that, so I'm not too worried about that. Main nitpick that I have has to do with this clip. It is a titanium milled clip, but it's very narrow underneath that clip. I'm not a big snob on the clips. It doesn't usually bug me too much, but what I had happen was when I'm wearing jeans is I can't even get it up. It's not deep carry, obviously. You're going to have at least this much sticking out of your pocket, but with it being this thin here, it will kind of spread this out and it won't go all the way up to the top of the clip here. So I end up with something more like this sticking out of my pocket, which is kind of extreme. I was wearing cargo pants today and I had like a thinner side pocket that I put it in. It was able to go all the way up. That worked. But another thing about it is your ramp coming into that clip is not very thick. So that makes it a little bit hard to clip it on. So I would have to say that would be my main nitpick with the knife. If you look at it compared to the Arts and Cutlery, let's see if I can hold this well so you can see the difference between the two. You can see that gap is much larger on the Arts and Cutlery than it is on the Ameight. So anyway, that's my main thing, but I do like this knife. I think it's a great price for the materials. I think that it's a good knife size-wise. It's a little bit lighter than I would maybe normally pick, but it's not that bad. Obviously, it's heavier than some of these other ones. If you're looking at gym shorts or basketball shorts, this is not going to be a problem on the clip. Jeans, maybe it's going to be a little bit of a problem. I'm able to clip it, but it just, like I said, it doesn't go down that deep. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Miguron in a week or so, and then maybe I'll do a little comparison between the two and see if I can tell any differences between, seeing it's the same company with different names, if I could see something that kind of sets them apart. I'm just curious. Those kind of things make me wonder. So anyway, a quick video tonight. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.